Right now, it's the first full day of summer. Chris is tracking some of the warmest temperatures of the year and is timing out arch storm chances. You want to leave plenty of time to get to the American Family Championship this weekend. The construction, celebrities, and golf tournament chaos happening on the west side of town.
That parent needs to know who that child is going to be with in case they have to leave. And those conversations have to be had with the child.
But first, thousands of people's futures are in limbo this weekend after President Trump announces the next round of ICE raids are set to begin tomorrow.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for choosing to start your day with us. It's Saturday, June 22nd. I'm Christina Laurie with meteorologist Chris Reese. Chris, it is already a beautiful sunrise outside.
Yeah, the sky is on fire. In fact, we want to go ahead and show you guys that right now. Thank you for joining us if you get the chance to get this view as well. Absolutely beautiful. And the first full day of summer coming in right now.
I call this an Illini sunrise in honor of Steve Stricker.
Nice, nice. It's whatever it is, it's beautiful. And I'm happy to get to look at that this morning. Christina, you're going to have to pardon me in my voice. I realize I'm starting to lose my voice this morning, but that's all right.
Not yet.
55 degrees. Winds are calm right now, so it's still going to be a nice morning out there. Winds also coming off the lake. That's helping to keep things just a little bit cooler. Most of those temperatures are into the 50s and 60s. High resolution Doppler clear of any kind of shower and thunderstorm activity right now. As we go throughout the day, we're going to remain variably cloudy. I cannot rule out an isolated shower or storm popping up, but I think overnight tonight and into Sunday, we're going to see a greater chance of showers and thunderstorms moving into the picture.
See, I have to call you out a little bit. You went to a concert. It was a worship concert yesterday.
Yes,
but
I did go to a concert as well. I've been leading worship for the past several days, and then I'm going to be leading worship coming up for like a next week. So I've been singing a lot.
Go rest.
So thank you.
Okay, go rest. Go rest. I'll take it from here.
All right.
Thanks, Chris. Well, new this morning, we begin with President Trump's latest immigration threat. ICE raids that are now set to begin tomorrow. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, will start raiding communities in 10 major cities. Cities including Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, Denver, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, New Orleans, New York, and San Francisco. Now, these aren't expected to be random raids. Back in February, ICE sent about 2,000 letters to families who had court-ordered removals. Now, organizations that work with undocumented immigrants are warning their clients this weekend, have a plan and know your rights.
Our goal is to ensure that everyone understands what their rights are before they're pressured or coerced into signing away any of those rights.
According to the Miami Herald, the raids are expected to target recently arrived immigrant families and unaccompanied minors with prior deportation orders. Agents are looking for around 2,000 people. Here in Madison, UW Police Chief Kristen Roman is reminding the community that the department will not assist ICE. In a blog Friday, Chief Roman says the department will not provide information on the immigration status of its students, faculty, or staff unless required to do so under the force of the law. More local news now. We're continuing to learn more details surrounding an investigation into the Richland Center police chief. We have verified through the chairman of the police commission that Lucas Clements is currently on paid administrative leave effective last week. In the meantime, the mayor has placed Lieutenant Billy Jones, who has been with the force since the early 2000s, as interim chief there. We reached out to the police commission and the group's lawyer to talk more about what's going on here, but they say they can't talk. Everyone is referring us to the State Department of Criminal Investigations, which also won't confirm to us that there is an investigation. Governor Evers is once again ordering flags to be flown at half staff. The order is in effect next Saturday until next Monday as a sign of respect for Milwaukee officer Co. Herr. Herr was killed in a car crash early Tuesday morning shortly after completing his shift. Flags in the state are currently being flown at half staff as well for Racine officer John Hetland. He was shot and killed late Monday night while off duty after trying to intervene in an armed robbery at a bar. Friday, the reward for information leading to an arrest in this case rose to $42,000. After 4 days of searching, efforts have still come up empty for a missing boy on the Wisconsin River. The Adams County Sheriff's Office has identified that child as an 11-year-old boy from Grand Marsh. Jamison Owen Dean Miller went underwater Tuesday while swimming with his family. He never resurfaced. We'll have any updates for you on News 3 Now over the weekend. Back in Madison, there's some good news for any of you who plan on enjoying the lakes with your family this summer. The city's Blue Waters Barge program has expanded to pick up debris along shorelines of Lake Mendota, Monona, and Kegonsa. The lake barges take aquatic plants and debris off piers, stormwater outlets, and beaches from now until the end of August. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi hopes the program will bring environmental benefits too. And this weekend, you can enjoy our area's lakes for free. Today is Free Lake Access Day here in Dane County. Boaters will be able to use boat launches at Lake Mendota, Monona, Wabisa, and Kegonsa, Fish Lake, and the Yahara River, all for free. The Teddy Boat Lock will also be open for free passage. We have a list of all the parks you can launch from on the Channel 3000 mobile app. And we have a First Alert traffic update this morning that could impact your drive. The railroad track crossing at the Hairball intersection is now under construction downtown, which means that intersection is completely closed. That closure just started at 5 o'clock this morning, about 6 minutes ago, and will run through 7 at night tomorrow. It will impact drivers on South Blair Street between Railroad Street and Williamson Street. Right now, East Wilson Street is also fully closed to all traffic between South Franklin Street and South Blair Street, and that will remain closed until 7 at night tomorrow as well. If you're planning on getting on I-3990 from the Beltline, you might have to rework your route next week. The westbound lanes of the Beltline entering the I-3990 interchange will be closed from 7 at night until 6 in the morning this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. Traffic there will be set north on the interstate to Highway 30 at exit 138B and south on US 51 Stoughton Road. Another closure to look out for will be the northbound I-3990 ramp to the westbound Beltline. The ramp to I-3990 southbound will also be closed both nights and detoured using Highway 30 and US 51. Construction will be a factor yet again for those going to the American Family Championship this weekend. The event is slated to bring in tens of thousands of people, but construction along County Roads M and PD is expected to cause delays. Construction there has been stopped for the entire weekend. If you live around that area, you're still encouraged to find a different route to help ease the traffic. The good news here, construction is expected to wrap up in the fall, so this should be the last year that project makes it hard to get around during the weekend the championship itself is happening. This championship is now in its 4th year. It's hosted by Madison's very own Steve Stricker. He returns to University Ridge as the captain of this year's Ryder Cup team. It's a big honor for a local and fan favorite. Now, if you missed yesterday's play, Stricker shot 5 under par. His score is 67. He had a lot of great shots like this fairway wood that led to a birdie on the 9th. The lead is currently held by Jerry Kelly, though. He says he didn't want to get jacked up too early playing in front of the home folks, and he was in control all day long. He got really hot on the back 9, shooting 31. Then on 17, he gave the newer, larger grandstand something to shout about, hitting this one close for another birdie. Jerry Kelly's opening round score of 65 now leads the tournament. Kelly says winning this week, well, it would be about time.
I'm due. I'm ready. It's been a long time since my last win, so if I'm healthy and I'm trending, I'm ready to get going.
No surprise to see him up there. He always plays well, and he likes to play here, and he's played well here in years past, so it's not a shock to see him up there.
Kelly's last win was the 2018 season opener in Hawaii. He has a 1-shot lead over David Frost, who shot 66 on Friday. There's a group of 7 tied for 3rd, including Stricker and former AmFam champion Kirk Triplett. John Daly is still in contention at 4 under, tied for 9th. In terms of second round tee times, Stricker goes off first at 11:35 this morning, and Kelly's in the final group at 11:45 with David Frost and Kirk Triplett. The celebrity foursome with Andy North, Toby Keith, Brett Favre, and Jack Nicklaus are off the 10th tee at 2 o'clock. Football's Watt brothers, JJ, Derek, and TJ were announcing the players coming up 18 on Friday. It's still hard to believe these brothers are all in the NFL. JJ with Houston, Derek with San Diego, and TJ with Pittsburgh. Now, the Watts said they know how lucky they are, and that's why you see them doing so much service for their communities.
I mean, we get to play a game for a living, and we've We came from a great family, we came from a great place, and we understand that we have a platform that we can use to make a difference in the world. And we also understand that not everybody has it as fortunate as we did growing up. So just that opportunity to give back and the opportunity to try and make a difference in somebody's life, we feel like it's a bit of a waste if we don't take advantage of that.
Now to baseball, where 3 Brewers are one step closer to a spot on this year's All-Star team. Christian Yelich, Yasmani Grandal, and Mike Moustakas finished the fan voting in the top 3 at their positions, so they advanced to the second round of fan voting for the All-Star game that's in Cleveland next month. But last night, the Brewers continued their 10-game homestand against the Reds at Miller Park. Christian Yelich hit another homer, his 29th of the season. And look at the calendar, it's only June. But the Brewers would need more than that. Final score 11-7, their 5th straight loss. First pitch today is at 3:10. And if you're heading to the Madison Forward soccer game tonight, you could go home with a very Madison-esque gift. Forward Madison FC is leading the USL League in attendance this season, averaging more than 4,000 fans each game. As a thank you, the team will give away more than 1,000 free flamingos to fans at the game. It's a nod to the famous prank by UW students 40 years ago when 1,008 flamingos were planted on Bascom Hill. Gates open at Bree Stevens at 6 o'clock tonight. Well, time now is 5:11. You're taking a live look outside this morning. Vendors getting ready for a hopefully busy day at the farmers market. A beautiful sunrise, though. Chris has your full forecast just ahead.
Well, it is a beautiful morning here in South Central Wisconsin. I think we're going to have a beautiful day overall, but then our attention does turn to a chance for some showers and thunderstorms turning into the pictures. So, you know, as they say, red skies at morning, sailors warning. We are getting ready to see some more rain chances. In the meantime, things are comfortable. We're right at 55 degrees here in town. Winds are calm as well. Where the winds are blowing, they're mainly coming off the lake. That's keeping things a little bit cooler, but still, we do have a lot of those temperatures into the 50s and 60s as you wake up. There is one spot down into the mid and lower 40s. That's Black River Falls at 44 right now. High resolution Doppler, though, clear of showers and thunderstorms, at least in the meantime. We are watching some action in the vicinity, though. We do have a complex of showers and thunderstorms throughout southern Illinois and parts of Missouri. More showers and thunderstorms across parts of the plains and the high Midwest there. That's overall a disturbance that's gradually going to be working its way our direction, going through the rest of tonight and into tomorrow. That's what's going to shake up the pattern and bring even more rain chances. Watch as this all begins to move towards the east, how we see several chances for showers and thunderstorms coming into the picture, and then eventually starting to clear out somewhat, but folks, we're going to heat up after that. So let's go ahead and time things out for you going through today and through the end of the weekend. We'll see those highs right around 76. I can't rule out at least a slight chance for a shower or a thunderstorm this afternoon. But I think the best chance for showers and storms comes overnight and then towards Sunday morning. On Sunday, we'll see those temperatures in the mid-70s again with more showers and thunderstorms into Sunday afternoon. Then we begin to warm things up into Monday. We're going to see those temperatures take a run at 80 degrees and really go beyond that, also bringing with it the chances for showers and thunderstorms again, and so that's why I do think we'll have to watch just who gets a lot of rain with the showers and thunderstorms. You'll have the potential to see upwards of an inch or more of rain in some spots. And then watch this. We go through the next 6 to 10 days. We start to see an above normal probability of warmer than normal temperatures. And folks, watch the next 10-day temperature trend as well. We're talking upper 80s, close to 90. Either way, these temperatures are going to be several degrees above average, and when you get that warm and you add humidity to the atmosphere, you have to add in a chance for showers and thunderstorms every day as well. So we do have that daily thunderstorm chance. Most of them are only slight chances. That means you spend most of the day dry. Then during the afternoon, once you get in on the peak heating, you get a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. That's going to be the case going through the week. So we're going to have to watch the weather closely. But in the meantime, the only organized chances for showers and storms come tomorrow and Monday, and again next Sunday and Monday. Christina?
No, Chris, am I crazy, or is it really late in the season to be seeing like our first 90s?
You know, I need to look up the average date on that, so I'll get back to you. But honestly, this is somewhat normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let us know. Come back inside. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Well, there's a new spot in Madison to satisfy your sweet tooth this weekend. Nothing Bundt Cakes is a bake shop owned by a mother-daughter duo along Mineral Point Road. The bakery's bread and butter will be those iconic Bundt cakes in a distinctive ring shape, along with plenty of other sweets. They're hosting a handful of family-friendly events through the weekend, including the chance to win free Buntlets for a year later today. And there's a new bar in town on Madison's west side, but this bar is for people who are sober curious. This sober bar called Noosh is a place for people who want the social experience of a late night bar without the alcohol. They're at 1431 Regent Street and are open from 4 to midnight today, or possibly later if they have customers still there around midnight. Time now, 5:18. You can call them Twinjas. We'll introduce you to the local duo hitting the big time this week as they compete for the title of America's Next Ninja Warrior. And there are several shows and movies you should find time for this weekend, including this classic. Will's in next with 3 things to watch. That's just ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday.
Well, good morning. We continue to watch a beautiful sunrise here in south central Wisconsin. Another way to describe it is the sky is on fire. At least it was. The sun now starting to come above the horizon now. Temperature-wise, things are fairly comfortable. 55 outside in Madison right now. Most of us seeing those temperatures into the mid and upper 50s. We do have a few low 50s along the lake, and then Black River Falls, a common cool spot at 43. Going through the day, do expect us to stay variably cloudy. I can't rule out the slight chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, but we'll be talking about when greater chances for showers and thunderstorms can return to the picture in just a bit. Christina?
Thank you, Chris. Now let's take a look at what's trending this morning. You can watch two Madison natives compete on American Ninja Warrior this Monday. Brothers Marquez and Nathan Green are 21 years old. They're identical twins who went to Madison West High School for 2 years before moving to Wauwatosa to live with their grandma. They're now seniors at the UW-Madison. Their episode airs Monday night at 7 o'clock on NBC. Jerry Seinfeld is hitting the road again for his latest season of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. The show, which features Seinfeld interviewing his fellow comedians, is back for its 11th season. 11 guests, go figure, are riding shotgun this time around, including Eddie Murphy, Ricky Gervais, Jamie Foxx, and Martin Short. The new episodes are now streaming on Netflix. You'll have to wait a little bit longer to head back to Panem. Hunger Games fans know exactly what I'm talking about. The trilogy may be over, but the beginning is still on its way in the form of a prequel. Lionsgate announced the new project this week. The movie will be based on the forthcoming novel written by Suzanne Collins. The new book and movie will take place 64 years before the start of the series during the dark days. No release date has been announced just yet. $44 million may sound like a lot to you, but that's all that stands between Avengers Endgame and the record for the highest grossing movie of all time. The current record holder is Avatar, which made almost $2.8 billion back in 2009. Many thought Avengers would not be able to topple that record since the movie has been out for 2 months now. But Marvel has announced they plan to re-release the film next weekend with a new post-credits scene that should certainly push more people there. Toy Story 4 is expected to be the biggest blockbuster at this weekend's box office. But first, our Will Loper is taking us back to where it all began. Here's this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Got a friend in me.
All right.
Yeah, you got a friend in me.
This weekend, Toy Story 4 releases, so why not go back to where it all began with 1995's Toy Story?
There they are.
Come in, Mother Bird. This is Alpha Bravo.
This is it.
Come in,
This is
Mother
it.
Bird.
Quiet, 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 quiet.
All right. Andy's opening the first present now.
Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head. Hey, I could dream, can't I?
Tom Hanks voices Woody, Andy's favorite toy, who gets threatened when a new toy comes on the scene, Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Tim Allen.
Please be careful. You don't want to be in the way when my laser goes off.
Hey, a laser. How come you don't have a laser, Woody?
It's not a laser. It's a little light bulb that blinks.
What's with him?
Laser envy.
Toy Story is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
Hey, Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying. This is falling with style.
New on home video this week is Hale County This Morning, This Evening.
Hey, hi, yo.
The critically acclaimed documentary follows the lives of 2 black men in rural Alabama over the course of 5 years.
Ready?
Hale County This Morning, This Evening is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
I've got a float on 3, 2, 1.
I need you around this weekend. You have a problem with that?
No, I just my grandmother's 90th birthday, so I was gonna go home and it's fine. I'll cancel it.
Is that your family?
Yes.
They tell you to quit?
Every single day. Margaret Tate's office.
And finally, this week marks the 10-year anniversary of the proposal.
Margaret, your visa application is denied. You're being deported.
Deported?
If there was any way at all that we could make this thing work.
Pardon the interruption.
Sandra Bullock stars as a not-too-nice boss who faces deportation to Canada, so she gets her assistant, played by Ryan Reynolds, to play along in pretending that the two are engaged.
I'm not gonna marry you.
If you don't, you'll be on the street all alone looking for a job.
Have the two of you told your parents about your secret love?
We're going to their place this weekend.
Oh, where's that? Alaska.
Alaska. Where is Andrew's room? He'll sleep in here with you. We love to snuggle, don't we, honey?
Huge snugglers.
The proposal is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
Why don't you get married here tomorrow?
Let's see a kiss.
Why don't you just do it really fast?
Give her a real kiss.
Happy watching. Those are the three things you need to watch. And this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Love a good film with Betty White. There's much more ahead on News 3 Now. Next, we're running through the morning's top stories, including the traffic concerns around the Madison area happening this weekend. Plus, you'll want to say your goodbyes to this statue on the UW campus. For now, we'll explain where this controversial piece of art is going and when, just ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday. Right now, uniquely Madison, we're bringing some music to your morning by introducing you to a band bringing soul and the music of the 70s to the local stage.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning. Happy summer. It's June 22nd, the first full day of summer. I'm Christina Laurie. We'll get a check of your first alert forecast with Chris in just a second. But first, let's get you caught up on what's making news this morning. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, will start raiding communities in 10 major U.S. cities tomorrow. Those cities include Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, Denver, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, New Orleans, New York, and San Francisco. There aren't expected to be random raids, though. Back in February, ICE sent about 2,000 letters to families who had court-ordered removals. Those are the people immigration officers are targeting. Construction will be a factor yet again for those going to the American Family Championship this weekend. The event is slated to bring in tens of thousands of people, but construction along County Roads M and PD is expected to cause delays. Construction there has been stopped for the entire weekend. If you live around that area, you're still encouraged to find a different route to help ease the traffic. The good news, though, construction is expected to wrap up this fall, so this should be the last year that project makes it difficult to get around during this tournament weekend. The railroad track crossing at the Hairball intersection is now under construction downtown, which means that intersection is completely closed all weekend long. The closure started at 5 o'clock this morning and runs through 7 at night tomorrow. It'll impact drivers on South Blair Street between Railroad Street and Williamson Street. Right now, East Wilson Street is also fully closed to all traffic between South Franklin and South Blair and will remain closed until around 7 at night on Sunday. If you're heading to the Madison Forward soccer game tonight, you could go home with a very Madison-esque gift. Forward Madison FC is leading the USL League One in attendance this season, averaging more than 4,000 fans a game. As a thank you, the team will give away more than 1,000 free flamingos to fans at the game. It's a nod to the famous prank by UW students more than 40 years ago when 1,008 flamingos were planted on Bascom Hill. Gates to that game open at 6 o'clock tonight at Breese-Stevens Field. Now let's toss it over to meteorologist Chris Reese, who has your Saturday forecast. Hi, Chris.
Good morning, Christina. We've been watching a beautiful sunrise out here. The sun still getting higher in the sky as we speak. Temperature-wise, things are comfortable as well. 55 degrees right now. A calm wind. Where the wind is blowing, for the most part, it is coming in off the lake for a lot of folks. That's keeping some of those temperatures cooler. Manitowoc and Sheboygan at 50 degrees right now. 55 to 60 is where a lot of the other spots in Wisconsin do find their temperatures. Black River Falls a little bit cooler at 43. The good news, high-resolution Doppler free of any showers and thunderstorms. We'll be watching that potentially change, especially overnight and into tomorrow. But folks, here's how the day is going to shape up. We're staying variably cloudy. We'll see those temperatures around 70 by lunchtime, topping out around 76. And I cannot rule out the isolated chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm or two. But I do think the best chance for showers and storms comes back into the picture overnight and towards the end of the weekend into Monday. Christina?
Good news, hopefully dry weather for those golfers out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks, Chris. Well, what do you get when you put together former members of some of Madison's historic rock groups, including Hum Machine, Awesome Car Fun Maker, and Screaming Sin Sin and the Ponds? These local musicians formed the group A Flavor That Kills and then added an Irish flavor to the mix. Photojournalist Christopher Hawbaker takes us inside their recent show at the High Noon Saloon in this month's Morning Notes.
Flavor That Kills is kind of like 70s classic rock son, but without being too cheesy.
I try to vibrate and radiate warmth and comfort from my tongue.
You know, it's got some grooves, some funk. It's got some 70s elements, some 80s elements. You know, it's really easy to find, but I really don't want to pigeonhole us because then it'd take away from the mystery.
It had been kind of a throwbacky 70s sounding band, and then it sounded kind of more like a soul band.
I think it's just kind of a mix of all our influences over the years. I would say it's a pretty unique band. I've played in a lot of bands, and this is a pretty unique one to play in just because of the way that we put things together.
It don't matter, it's just love. Don't matter, it don't matter who you think you're up front and up.
It's been a rotating cast of characters actually for quite a while, since like 08.
So Ryan Corcoran's our guitar player.
Christian Bernson on bass, guitar.
Christian plays kind of Tom Morello style. He seems to come up with a lot of the bedrock in a lot of the songs.
Farron Jecky, our new member from Ireland, straight off the boat on second guitars.
Yeah, I had a different band back there called Rural Savage, but then when I first came to America, they came with me and we played like a tour of the West Coast, and then they went back to Ireland.
Well, bringing Farron in is like, okay, here's a guy from the other side of the world. We're still communicating musically, even though I can't understand what he's saying half the time.
Eric Hartz is the drummer, and he was in Hum Machine.
Eric is the dad. He takes care of everyone.
Well, I just enjoy playing. As I get older, I hope that I can still stay busy and active and play. And I think it's good for your mind. It's good for your soul.
The fans of the band are ungrateful, malformed, abusive loners. People you should look out for. People on watch lists.
Christian, Eric, and I have all played in groups where, you know, we got out of town, toured around, playing all over the place, and it's for the birds, you know. It's like you got to live somewhere.
You know, Madison's got a good thing going. It's not Chicago, it's not New York, it's Madison. So we just need to, like, embrace what we have and just be proud of it and not try to be something else.
Thanks to our photojournalist Christopher Hawbaker for that. If you want to hear more, The Flavor That Kills is working on an upcoming album, and we'll have more shows this summer. You can check for updates on their Facebook page. Well, in more local news now, UW-Madison has announced the Nails Tail sculpture in front of its field house will be removed. It's part of the redesign of the plaza there, featuring a new entry sign and landscape improvements. Officials with University Communications say the 50-foot Nails Tail statue would have blocked those features. It will be removed sometime before the start of football season and put into storage until the artist and campus stakeholders can find a new site for it. Well, it's one of the best times of the year here in town. Today is the first full day of summer, and yesterday was the longest day of the year. Many people took in the start of the new season with canoe rides, music, and a bonfire overnight. It's part of the annual summer solstice celebration at Old Brick Park. That's a tongue twister. For some, this celebration was held in honor of community, nature, humanity, and life on Earth. For others, it was a time for the community and local musicians to come together and enjoy each other's company while surrounded with music, food, and drinks.
Running into people that I haven't seen in a while. And there's kids playing and people just having random conversations and meeting new people and just everybody enjoying the day and spending time together.
To end the night, people offered their wishes for a great summer to the bonfire. Time now, 5:39. If you missed that event, there's still plenty to do around town this weekend. From a Disney classic that'll take you under the sea to a laughing good time. There's something for the whole family for a relaxing date night or for just a solo night out happening this weekend. Your 6:08 is next on News 3 Now This Morning, Saturday.
Starting to see a little bit more of that cloud cover as the sun rises now above the horizon and into the sky. You start to lose that red and pink color as well. But this is going to be the look as we go through the day. Variably cloudy. You'll see some sunshine filtering through that cloud cover. Temperature-wise, we're starting things out in the mid-50s and mid-40s in some spots. We all warm up going throughout the day. We'll see those highs into the upper 70s. Christina.
Looks like a beautiful day. Thank you, Chris. Well, the weekend in the 608 is finally here, and here's a look at what's going on in and around the Madison area. On the 30th anniversary of the release of The Little Mermaid, Four Seasons Theater is putting the under-the-sea story of Ariel, Ursula, and King Triton on stage for one weekend only. It features all the music we know and love, from Kiss the Girl to Part of Your World. That's at Shannon Hall in the Wisconsin Union Theater tonight at 7:30 and tomorrow afternoon at 2. Madison Comedy Week comes to an end this weekend with stand-up comic showcases at the Nomad World Pub, Glass Nickel Pizza on Atwood Avenue, the Winnebago, and Fair Trade Coffee House. You can catch a show from a variety of performers both today and tomorrow. And the High Noon Saloon is reviving the spirit of the late 1990s women-led music festival, Lilith Fair, this evening by having more than 24 Wisconsin-based female-led bands play the music of the original lineup of performers at the real fair. Music of Sarah McLachlan, Paula Cole, Bonnie Raitt, and many more will play through the halls of the saloon, and all proceeds from Madison's Lilith Fair will go to charity. The music and charitable fund starts today at 4. And as always, pick up a copy of this month's Madison Magazine for all the best happening in and around the Madison area. Time now, 5:44. You're looking live outside this morning. Beautiful morning. Chris is in with your full forecast next on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday. But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture right here on TV.
Well, good morning. High-resolution Doppler clear of any showers or thunderstorms this morning. I know last evening there was a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity across the state. Thankfully, we're clear of that now, but we are watching a complex of showers and thunderstorms pushing away from us. That's moving towards the Ohio River and parts of western Kentucky as we speak. Other showers and thunderstorms throughout parts of Kansas and Nebraska moving into the high plains. This is overall a system that is slowly moving our direction. Eventually, it's going to bring more rain chances our way. But right now, we are seeing at least some of the cloud cover associated with this. Temperature-wise, we're at 55. Winds are calm where the wind is blowing. It's coming off the east. It's keeping those temperatures a little bit cooler in some spots. The Dells at 52. Black River Falls at 45 right now. 59, though, in Mineral Point, so the temperatures aren't too bad. It's still nice out there. Here's what's going to happen in time, though. Watch as that starts to work its way towards the east. That's going to be bringing multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms going into the start of next week. That's Monday afternoon, and we still see the showers and thunderstorms. But notice this is a warm front. Temperatures begin to take off once this system gets on through here. I'll show you those temperatures and what they're going to look like in just a moment. But let's time out the rest of this afternoon for you. 4 o'clock. 76 degrees. I do think a lot of us are going to see some sunshine. I can't rule out the chance for a pop-up shower or storm or two, but most folks should be dry. The best chance for showers and storms moves in overnight Sunday or overnight tonight and into Sunday morning, and then we'll have another chance for showers and thunderstorms Sunday afternoon as well. Temperatures are going to be close towards that 80-degree mark, and then we'll dry out somewhat Sunday night into Monday before another chance of showers and storms moves in. But all together, once you factor in the multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms, it's possible that some folks could end up with more than an inch of rain or so. So pay attention to if you get repeat thunderstorms. Of course, you'll want to watch for high water in those locations. After the warm front moves through, pay attention to what happens going through the next 6 to 10 days, folks. We're looking at above normal temperatures being very probable across much of the northern and eastern tier of the country, especially across the upper Midwest. So we go through the next 10 days and watch our temperatures. Average is 80 to 81, but we're going to see those temperatures go into the mid 80s, perhaps close to 90. It's also going to get a lot more humid in the process. So once you do that, you start to add the heat and the humidity to the forecast, you get a daily chance for showers and thunderstorms. These are known as popcorn showers and thunderstorms, if you will, just because it gets warm, it gets humid, and then storms pop up in the afternoon. So that's why we have that slight chance pretty much every single day. Organized chances for showers and storms are going to be Sunday into Monday, and then again next week, Sunday into Monday.
It's a creative name. I never heard of that before.
Popcorn thunderstorms.
And then looking ahead, I know 1 week from today is Shake the Lake. It looks dry-ish for now?
It looks dry-ish for now.
Okay,
we'll watch it.
Good. You heard it here first, though. Thanks, Chris. We'll stick with News 3 Now all day long, and then tomorrow morning on the program, graduation season has come and gone, but several schools across the country are now making time to celebrate recent grads who are bypassing college in favor of joining the military. We'll share their story. It's a really important one tomorrow. But first, understanding, accepting, and celebrating the differences that make America great. More than 3.5 million Muslims live in this country. Many feel misunderstood. We'll introduce you to the men working to change that next. Finally this morning, there are an estimated 3.5 million Muslims living and worshiping across America. But Islam remains a religion many of us simply don't understand. Farah Fazal introduces us to two Southern California men working to change that.
The Friday call to prayer is sacred for these Muslims. But there's a worshiper among them who doesn't pray like them.
When I hear the phrase Allahu Akbar, I think, yes, God, you are great. You are the greatest.
And that makes sense to you, even though it's in a different language and in a different religion.
If you're uncomfortable around people who look or speak differently than you, you're going to be uncomfortable in heaven.
Kevin Grable is finding God at the Islamic Center in Waseda, California on Fridays. But he's a dedicated evangelical Christian at his church on Sundays. Valley Vineyard is across the bridge, just 3 blocks away, but it may as well be a world away from the hate Kevin's Muslim neighbors face. He came to the mosque to understand the faithful here and found his new friend Atif Akbar in the process.
Kevin, nice to see you.
Atif, good to see you.
You're from 2 different religions. Do you have a connection with each other in those very first few minutes, just as human beings?
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Yes. Kevin, to me, is my brother in faith.
Atif and Kevin are using their bond of brotherhood to break down the walls between their communities. Atif now comes to church to talk about why Jesus is important to Muslims.
What I think is that there are many evangelical Christians across the country who have never had contact with a Muslim. And so the only ones they've seen have been on television, and they're on NCIS, blowing something up. Give them strength and hope.
Pastor Bill Dwyer believes those stereotypes define Islam for many evangelicals.
It's absolutely fear. Trying to love your neighbor when you fear them is very, very difficult.
A 2017 Baylor University study of evangelicals in the U.S. found nearly half believe a Muslim will physically hurt them. Kevin and Atif are changing that perception by bringing Muslims and evangelicals face to face for fellowship and even friendship.
I think there's an openness to that now.
If these two people can do it, let's try on our own.
They pray their story of faith, hope, and love.
Love trumps fear.
Can overcome hate. Farah Fazal, CBS News in Reseda, California.
Love a good inspiring story
Absolutely.
like that.
Beautiful stuff right there. Beautiful weather going into today as well. We're going to see some of those temperatures topping out into the upper 70s and maybe a low 80 or 2. It depends on how much cloud cover we see. I do think we're going to see at least a bit of cloud cover going through the day. I can't rule out a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, but for the most part, most of today is dry. We'll see some showers overnight and throughout the day on Sunday and into Monday. Notice those temperatures near 80. Monday night in particular, a warm front comes through. You see what happens after that. Those temperatures climb a couple degrees every single day. We are talking near 90 degrees a week from now with a slight chance of showers and storms every single day. Here's your pet walk, Piper and McFarland.
Oh, Piper's so cute. And things should hopefully stay dry for today's golf tournament. Tomorrow might have a couple chances.
Yeah, absolutely.
But good news for folks overall. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with us all day long here on News 3 Now. We hope you have a wonderful Saturday.